I think the only real limit is our imagination. Hi, I'm Ricardo. I'm the CEO and founder of Ariodante Travel. I was a former musician, composer, conductor. I travel all around the world with my art. And then I end up creating travel experiences, making the impossible become possible. It starts with piano lessons when I was a kid. I took my first lessons when I was around 7. Since then, it became my life. And that's it. I never asked myself any other question. As a musician, I used to travel a lot, especially as a pianist. I was arriving in a city and I was spending 24 hours, sometimes less, in that city before going to the next one. As a conductor, I had the chance to stay longer because we have all the rehearsals. So, like 5 days or so. So you can explore a little bit more, but I always love to travel, and I had sometimes like 10 concerts per month. So it was like all the time traveling. One of my favorite places in the world, music venues where I like to do things, is the Paris Opera House. The main theater, the Palais Garnier, it's just insane because it's full of secrets. It all started because I was doing a little experience for Airbnb. Basically, the idea was to go to a concert with a conductor. I got a couple of clients there from Boston and we became friends. I took them to a backstage visit of the Royal Opera House after, and they started recommending me to their friends who wanted to do things like what they did. As a musician, I have a very specific knowledge of cultural institutions. I know how they work. I know what they need. Same for artists. And that has allowed me, well, first to create Ariodante in a complete different way, not as a normal travel agent, always looking to visit some place, but to tell a story. So instead of seeing a Van Gogh painting, we go to understand what's behind that painting and what Van Gogh was thinking. There have been many experiences, and as a musician, there was one I really enjoyed because it was seeing the birth of an opera. So we started to see everything from the moment of the conception of the production, where they unveil the sets, the costumes, and so on. And then we had several trips during 1 year following that production, meeting with all the artists in New York, in London, in Berlin, seeing the orchestra rehearsing, and then how everything was coming together, like all the pieces of the puzzle becoming the piece of art. And then, of course, the premiere and so on. So that was a very, very rewarding one for me. I think the only real limit is our imagination, more than the client's imagination, because they're hiring us for our imagination. It's not the bespoke where you put together existing things, but the bespoke where you really take a blank piece of paper and you start from scratch every single time, based on your passions, on your interest, and so on. So far, we've done pretty much everything we've wanted to do, from spending a night in the Arc de Triomphe. Recently, I was speaking with companies to go to space. So even the Earth is not even the limit. Then it's just a matter of budget, of course, but most of all time. So some experiences are going to take us like 6 months planning with a huge team of, let's say, 10 people working for 6 months non-stop to make a single thing happen. But other than that, it's possible. You name it, and then say our job is to find a way to make that happen.